Hello friends, my name is Dobby. Today, I would like to tell you a story. The story of my life so far in Delaware. I was adopted 4 years ago when I was just 8 months old. And when my dad, an internal medicine pediatrics resident at Christiana Hospital, was just a few months into his training, he brought me to Delaware, which I have since learned is a pretty great place to live. A tour of Delaware must start at Christiana Hospital since this is where my dad works. Sometimes I visit him at work, but I cannot give you a tour of the hospital today, so instead I will take you to a bunch of great places in Delaware. Just a short walk or drive away from the hospital is Christiana Mall. Christiana Mall is a huge mall where my dad buys all sorts of things, and all of it is tax-free. There are many people who visit this mall from all over the region to enjoy the tax-free shopping. After we hang out at the mall, my dad has to go back to work. So let me show you the other places he works. This is AI DuPont Hospital for Children. It is a freestanding chilled rinse hospital that provides emergency critical surgical and specialty care designed exclusively for kids. It is located next to the 300-acre Nemours estate, which is home to the mansion of Alfred DuPont and surrounding gardens, which is just one of many parts of the Delaware History Trail. Here is another hospital where my dad works. This is Wilmington Hospital, also affiliated with Christiana Hospital. This hospital is in downtown Wilmington where there are many great restaurants. Wilmington Hospital is also right next to Brandywine Creek, where my dad frequently walks me on nice sunny days, and not too far from Trolley Square. Trolley Square is a place more for humans than dogs. My dad has told me stories about restaurants, great happy hours, places to go out dancing, and even a speakeasy. We like to hang out on the outdoor patios of the restaurants together, and they always bring me a water bowl. But I am a very active dog and I do not like just lying around. Just across the Brandywine Creek from Trolley Square, we walk past the Brandywine Zoo. I always smell such a good smells of animals when we walk past the zoo. And sometimes I spend time playing in the water of the creek. There are many rivers and creeks nearby, and in fact, there are 3 different parks just along Brandywine Creek. This is Brandywine Creek State Park, where there are over 15 miles of marked trails, many more miles of unmarked trails. We go hiking here for hours and play in the creek. We see a lot of mountain bikers, too. Sometimes we also played disc golf here together. There is an 18-hole course, but Dad does not like it when I chew up all his discs. Sometimes instead of hiking, my dad takes me with him to go rock climbing. Here is one of the rock climbing walls for top rope climbing at Alapocus State Park. Also at Alapocus, there are more hiking trails as well as some paved trails. There is also plenty of wildlife. Another state park nearby is Bellevue State Park. Bellevue also has a disc golf course. There is also a huge 1.5-mile track that my dad likes to run on. The last nearby state park that we go to a lot is White Clay Creek State Park. My dad sometimes goes fishing here for trout while I play in the creek. There is over 40 miles of marked trails. I have not even been on all of them yet. Besides the state parks in Newcastle County, there are so many other parks nearby. Carousel Park has horses and large fields to run around in, and they also have a pond for dogs to go swimming. There is Rockford Park near Trolley Square, which also has a big dog park and a tower. Hey, here is my friend Annie at Battery Park. Battery Park is part of the Delaware History Trail, and it is right near Old Newcastle along the Delaware River. Newcastle is a historical part of Delaware, a part where some of the early history of the United States lives. First established in 1651, you can still walk down some of the original cobblestone streets. After all that hiking though, we oftentimes go get ice cream. There are some amazing places to get ice cream in Delaware. The U Dairy Creamery is run by the University of Delaware, and it has a location on campus as well as one in downtown. My favorite place though is Woodside Creamery, which is on a farm just outside of town, like less than a mile from our favorite brunch spot. And this is where my dad defeated his program director in an ice cream eating competition. His program director competes every single year and has won many ribbons. Here is my dad and Dr. Gannon, a local internal medicine pediatric endocrinologist, competing. Another place many Delawareans like to visit is the riverfront in Wilmington. It is a great place to walk and get snacks and play mini golf. There are many things to do here as a dog, and even more as a human. One of my favorite places to hang out is the beer garden that doubles as an ice skating rink in the winter. There are many restaurants, a baseball stadium where the minor league team the Wilmington Blue Rocks play, a children's museum, a movie theater, the Delaware Theater Company, the opera, and an entire environmental center that is dedicated to bringing back the beauty of these Christina River. Dad likes to talk a lot on our walks, so I know all the things. In case you need something only a big city can offer. Like professional sports, professional ballet company, a more vast restaurant collection including Chinatown, bigger museums, and one of the premier zoos in the world. Philadelphia is very close. It takes us only 30 minutes in the car to get to Philadelphia. Only 20 minutes to get to the airport. Some of the residents from Christiana live in Philadelphia. Besides places in northern Delaware, we visit places nearby, because in Delaware, everything seems so close. We can visit the ocean down at the Delaware beaches, which are about 90 minutes away by car. We also visit the Jersey Shore. Here there is a dog beach where me and my dad love to play frisbee on the beach. We have also taken many weekend trips to Shenandoah National Park in the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia, and even hiked along many miles of the Appalachian Trail. If cities are your thing, I visited this big park once in the middle of New York City, and only had to be in the car for about 2 hours to get there. Some of my family is down in Baltimore and it takes us a little over an hour to get there. And my aunt goes to school in DC. I love visiting her and the monuments, which takes about 2 hours to get to. I personally enjoy living in Delaware because I have a big lawn to call my own and there are no taxes. In Delaware, residents live in many different places. This is our neighborhood, sidewalks everywhere, so many parks where we play ball, dog parks, and a local farm stand where we get all of our vegetables. There are many neighborhoods like this in Delaware. We used to live in Claymont. This is the city right on the border of Delaware and Pennsylvania. Living here allows for a very short commute into the city of Philadelphia. When my dad first brought me home, we used to live here. It is in a place called Greenville. We were right in between DuPont, Christiana and Wilmington, which meant my dad could get home quickly and take me for a walk during lunch sometimes. Other residents live in the riverfront. Here there are many apartments and condos to choose from with great amenities. Still others live in Pike Creek in Hockinson, where they rent townhomes, or have purchased their own houses. You can live in one of the neighborhoods here, for there are even farmlands very close by in case you want to raise some chickens. I wish my dad lived there. I love chasing chickens. Some residents live in Newark, right nearby Christiana Hospital, or Bear, Delaware, which is south of the hospital. One of our residents lives all the way down in Dover, and she also loves where she lives. Living in Delaware offers a low cost of living as well as many different settings in which to live. Thank you so much for allowing me to show you a little taste of what it is like living in Delaware. I very much enjoyed our tour, especially playing ball, frisbee, hiking, and eating ice cream. Living in Delaware is full of new adventures and opportunities for fun. I hope that I get to meet you out on the trails or even in the hospital next year.